When I wake up, I try not to think about my life and how bad things are. But it's hard to do that with my body, which hurts all the time because it's breaking down.
My life has become such a struggle because of my size. Everything is hard, and I'm so big now, even simple tasks like getting dressed can be a big chore for me.
This is Gary's story. If Gary's caregiver does not properly clean his body, there's a high chance Gary might not be clean for a really long time. He is 32 years old, and I can tell you that this guy's weight is through the roof. One can even say that he has no idea what he weighs. Every single day when he wakes up, he wishes he could get up and hop into the shower, but that's now a reality that's no longer possible. Does he still have hope? Let's see. His story starts like this.
I feel fabulous about my current caregiver, but I'm talking about other people. If that person doesn't thoroughly clean me, then we have a problem. You know, it's a routine. You know, wash, rinse, dry.
Gary must be really happy about his new caregiver. He used to have a couple of other caregivers in the past that used to come down to the house and clean him up. There was a particular routine these caregivers were supposed to follow, but sadly they always did a rush job for Gary, and his body at the time was in a very bad state. Now he is happy that his current caregiver follows the routine and gives him the best care.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Mommy.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, so you ready for your breakfast?
Yeah.
All right. What you want? What you want to eat?
Everything.
What's everything?
I don't know.
Eggs, bacon, grits, all that?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay.
His mom seems to be pretty worried about his weight, even though she's the one that helps him with the food. Gary eats anything and everything that's put in front of him. The moment his caretaker leaves, his mom comes to the house to prepare his meals for him. Gary's mom is worried that he might eat so much and not be able to lose the weight, making him stay in bed for the rest of his life.
When they thought I wasn't home, about how bad I was doing with my weight, it made me cry. That's when I first remember eating purely for comfort. And that was when the demons inside me were unleashed. In middle school, people's bodies started changing. There's girls left and right. And all of a sudden, I'm like...
Guess that's where things started to fall out of line for Gary. His mom always made sure that he was well fed right from when he was a baby. He overheard his siblings talking about how fat he was and how they didn't like it. That hurt him, and that's when Gary actively started to use food as a coping mechanism. High school was even worse because he became very insecure about his body and ran to food, which always made him feel better.
In a matter of weeks, I was hanging with celebrities and living large. Around this time, my cousin introduced me to crystal meth. So I tried it. I did it for 2 days in a row. And even though I wasn't planning on doing it again after that, I just did it every day after that.
That must have been very sad for his mom, having to watch her child develop into an addict. Gary eventually dropped out of school. He went into the music industry and met a few people who put him on some pretty good gigs. But Gary became an addict for drugs, and that just made things get very bad for him. He lost his record deals, and he resulted in binge eating and increasing his level of drug intake. Trust me, things were really bad.
Saw him bedbound for the first time. Couldn't get out the bed, couldn't go to the bathroom. I was hurt, you know, because I've been working with Gary for years, helping him with these.
Gary's brother does not hide the fact that he is not happy with Gary's situation. Gary allowed his weight to get so bad that he can't even stand up from the bed to do anything for himself. Given the fact that Gary has had all the help, love, and support he could ever need, he still allowed his weight to get out of hand. Hopefully he realizes it and starts making changes before things get so bad or out of hand.
But I want you to start to follow it right now so we can start losing weight. And I'm going to arrange PT to come start working with you 3 times a week. And you need to work hard with your physical therapy to get yourself out of that bed. Pick up your strength.
Looks like Gary has his work cut out for him. He couldn't make it to see the doc, so he hopped on a video call. The doc understands that Gary is in a very serious situation. He wants Gary to work with physiotherapists who are going to help him with exercises that are going to get him out of bed. Gary is over 700 pounds, and Dr. Now wants to see if he can get Gary to the lower 600s. Is that possible? Let's see.
Strong. He can pull himself up in bed. He can lift his limbs. He can pull himself up on his feet. He has the motivation. He has like a positive outlook, and that makes a huge, huge difference. I'm very confident.
This looks like a good first sign. Dr. Now was able to get a physiotherapist down to Gary's house to see if she could help him walk. The physiotherapist came and she was able to get Gary to stand for at least 45 seconds, and that was very good for Gary because he has never been able to stand up for that long since he became immobile. Gary was so excited that he was able to stand up for that long. All he has to do is keep up with the exercises.
So what are you going to do different this time? Do you want to change your life or not?
Yes.
If you want to change your life, what changes are you going to make? Tell me so I can write them down and make sure that I know what you're going to do.
Well, I have to do more than my physical therapy.
Well, the doc is not wrong. There's no magic in the book. The real magic is when Gary starts to put in the effort. Apparently, Gary started to slack off on his exercises and he has still not been able to get out of bed. Dr. Now called him to have a follow-up session, and as you can see, he is not happy about Gary's progress. He scolds Gary and tells him that if he really wants to get better, he needs to start putting more effort into his exercises.
Keep going.
He can go through there.
Yeah.
He go through there in his chair all the time.
This is the first time I had a change of scenery in a while. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous. But at least I'm in good hands. And I'm hoping Dr. Now let me come down to Houston. That's all I really care about right now.
It's good to say that Gary really wants to get better. This is the first time he would be stepping out of his house in a really long time. He shifted his appointment with the doc because he feels like he needs more time to get to his goal, and Dr. Now might not want to hear that. Now, he is about to head down to a nearby hospital so he can have his weight checked and see how much progress he has made.
And then in 2 months, we'll check back with you and see how you're doing, okay?
Okay.
So at this point, everything is up to you.
It is, and I'm gonna do what I have to do. From now on, I'm gonna be a lot more strict with myself.
And once again, Gary has not been able to meet his goal. His weight is still over 700 pounds. He hopped on a call with the doc and told him about his progress. Dr. Now did not seem to be very pleased with the level of progress Gary is making. Gary explains to the doc that he is still working with the diet, but it's not so easy. The doc then decides to give him another chance to see if Gary is going to do better.
Look up at that blue sky.
Yes, I see it.
Try to get your foot inside the walker. There you go.
I'm working harder than ever before this past month, especially with PT and making progress.
Wow, that's amazing. Gary seems to be finally getting it right. I can't remember the last time I saw him stand up and move his body that long. He might really be ready to put in the work this time. Gary's focus has been to be able to see the doc, and if he keeps up with this level of progress, his dreams might just come true. Well, let's see what Dr. Now thinks about his progress, shall we?
And this is going to be only until you refuse PT or skip PT, then we're going to stop at PT as well.
Well, I'll be working hard, so I'm gonna make it to Houston.
Well, if you work hard and lose enough weight that you can come to Houston without medical transport.
At the top of this list, we have Isaac, and this is his story. From the moment he wakes up, food is the first thing on his mind. At just 23 years old, he doesn't even know how much he weighs anymore. His mornings are a daily struggle. Something as simple as getting dressed feels like a monumental task. Thankfully, he lives with his family, and their support helps him navigate the physical challenges. This is where Isaac's journey begins.
Can you lift up a little bit for me?
And I'm embarrassed about that because I moved back home to take care of my mom. She has cancer, and she struggles with her size too. So I'm supposed to be helping her, but I'm the one who needs the help now, and that makes me feel bad.
This part really tugs at the heart. Isaac wants to be the one taking care of his mom. She's battling cancer, but instead, he's the one who needs constant care. That's a tough pill to swallow. He feels like a burden, and his frustration grows as walking and breathing become more difficult with each passing day.
Feeding others, y'all got here just in time, and watching them enjoy the food. So I do feel like I have a special connection with food, but I do like eating too. Good morning, Angel. How many eggs do you want? Food has always been a comfort and like an escape for me. It never failed to make me happy.
Food has become Isaac's safe place. It's his comfort, his joy, and a big part of his identity. The silver lining? He's actually a talented cook. His family enjoys every meal he makes, and seeing them smile when they eat brings him genuine happiness. For him, cooking is more than just preparing food. It's how he connects with the people he loves.
And this caused him to be very underweight as a child. So we did worry about his weight because he was so small and so tiny. But when we were finally able to get him to eat, it was like it was a joy for him to After that, anything he wanted.
We get a glimpse into where it all began. As a child, Isaac was extremely underweight due to a serious illness. His family feared for his life, so when he finally recovered, they made sure he was always well fed, scared that the sickness might return. What started as love and protection eventually grew into a deep emotional connection with food, a bond that stuck with him ever since.
I had to cook and clean and give homeschool to myself and my siblings because there was nobody else to do it. My mom couldn't even physically take care of herself at that point. And my dad worked all day, paid the bills. My siblings were younger.
Life forced Isaac to grow up fast. At just 10 years old, his mom had a stroke, and suddenly, he was the one looking after his siblings. On top of that, he lost his grandmother, who had been like a second mother to him. With all that grief, stress, and responsibility, he turned to cooking for comfort because it was the one thing he could control.
After that, I was just staying home and eating. So my weight climbed over 600 pounds quickly.
He started avoiding phone calls from his friends. He stopped responding on social media. We would see him and that sparkle in his eyes was gone.
Isaac sacrificed a lot to be there for his family. When his mom's condition worsened and she was diagnosed with cancer, he moved back home for good. The stress and sadness pushed him into a deep depression. He shut everyone out, stopped talking to his friends, gave up on his dreams, and started eating just to numb the pain. Even now, he still struggles with feeling alone.
I've never done anything like this at my size, so I'm really nervous about it. It's like a 5-hour drive, so it's not going to be easy for me because I'm gonna go down there and then try to come straight back. So it's like 10 hours on the road, and that's a lot. That's what I'm most scared of.
But now there's a glimmer of hope. Isaac has made the brave decision to head to Houston to meet with Dr. Now and begin his weight loss journey. What scares him most isn't the change, it's being away from his family. But his mother, despite her own battle, reminds him that he's not alone and encourages him to focus on healing. It's the first real step toward a better future.
I met Dr. Nels for the first time to see him about weight loss surgery, and I'm about to see where my weight's at and how much I have to lose, I guess. That's not good, but I'm ready to change that.
You really have to admire Isaac's mindset. Despite the fear and anxiety, he made the long trip to Houston to meet Dr. Now, and that was no easy task. When he finally stepped on the scale, the number read 661 pounds. It was a wake-up call. Isaac was shocked, maybe even scared. But the beautiful part? He remained hopeful. He truly believes he can turn things around. And that kind of optimism, that's exactly what this journey needs.
Because everybody goes back to the same old habit. And if you don't understand that, then there's no point of doing the surgery on you, because no matter what weight you lose in short term, you gotta be 600 pounds in 5 years.
But is Isaac truly ready to change his life? That's the question on everyone's mind, especially Dr. Now's. When Isaac mentioned that he does all the cooking at home, the doctor didn't hesitate to point out the obvious. Being surrounded by food every day is a major challenge. If he's serious about weight loss, that environment has to change. Dr. Now then gave Isaac a big goal: lose 80 pounds in the next 2 months. He's officially part of the weight loss program, but now it's up to him to prove he's ready.
Shrimp and some zucchini, and then y'all can make y'all salad.
Huh.
So how does it look to you?
It looks good.
It smells good. It smells really good.
Well, the whole meal is only like 300 calories.
Okay, Isaac. Moment of truth. Okay, it's good.
One thing's for sure, Isaac isn't in this alone. His family is stepping up, and that makes a huge difference. When Dr. Now gave him a new diet, Isaac brought it home and put the entire family on it. As the main cook in the house, he took charge and made it a group effort. And surprisingly, everyone's on board and enjoying the meals. It's a small but powerful step toward progress. A supportive environment can be the game changer he needs.
So that means your goal is to lose 100 pounds before you swim. Do you think you can do that?
I'll try.
All right, we'll schedule your appointment for next month. And I'll see you then. But go over the diet and see how you haven't made enough changes yet. Because you don't look like you made much progress so far.
Dr. Now makes a solid point. If Isaac wants to be there for his mom, he has to take care of himself first. After missing a follow-up appointment, Isaac called to explain and reschedule. The doctor didn't scold him, but he was firm. Isaac needs to prioritize his health now more than ever. As a result, Dr. Now added 20 more pounds to Isaac's goal. Now, he has to lose a total of 100 pounds before they move forward. The clock is ticking.
Made a lot of changes to my eating, and I know I've made progress. But my goal weight loss was a lot for today. I was 661 at my last weigh-in 4 months ago. And with the delays, My goal turned into having to lose 120 pounds.
Unfortunately, things haven't gone as planned. It's been over 3 months, and Isaac has only lost 40 pounds, far from his 100-pound goal. But when you consider his circumstances, caring for his sick mother and managing all the meals for the household, it's hard to place blame. He's juggling a lot. Still, this is a health emergency, and Dr. Now is not the kind to sugarcoat anything. The pressure is mounting.
So it's not very safe for you to have surgery. And if you keep all this strain on your body for much longer, it's just going to be a matter of time before something happens that pushes your body over the edge, and it gives out, and that's it for you.
Surprisingly, though, Dr. Now approaches Isaac with compassion. He doesn't lash out. Instead, he explains the risks, how important it is to lose weight before surgery to avoid complications. Then, he gives Isaac one more shot, 2 more months, one more chance to hit his target. It's now or never. Will Isaac find the strength and discipline to push through? We're about to find out.
So what we also do is we'll go ahead and run the tests we need to make sure we can handle surgery. And if you come back with that weight loss in 2 months, you'll be ready for weight loss surgery, and we'll move ahead with that. That sound good to you?
Yes, sir.
Here is Cindy's journey. For her, food is more than just fuel. It's the only thing that brings her peace. Every morning, she needs to eat something before she can even get out of bed. Cindy is 45 years old, and while no one knows exactly how much she weighs, she's painfully aware of how far things have spiraled. Each day, she wakes up trying to avoid the reality of her condition, but the question lingers, can she turn things around? Her story begins here.
I can start anything with my day. I have to eat.
So you're good to go?
Yes, you can start breakfast.
Okay.
And I'll be good.
All right.
Denise knows what I like to have.
I am Denise, and I am a home health provider.
Thankfully, Cindy isn't alone. She has a caretaker who looks after her day and night, cooking, cleaning, and making sure her needs are met. But even though her caretaker is deeply concerned about the kind and amount of food Cindy eats, she keeps quiet. Speaking up might risk her job, and that's a difficult position to be in.
And then I sit and get some oxygen before I shower while she's fixing the bed.
Let's get the show on the road before you start losing oxygen.
But I do what I can.
It's tough to watch. The pain on Cindy's face is unmistakable. Taking a simple shower becomes a painful and risky process. She runs out of breath quickly, so her caretaker has to rush just to make sure Cindy doesn't pass out. If she did, they'd have to call emergency services, and that's a situation both of them want to avoid at all costs.
As my way of dealing with the world. But that family friend that was doing that to me finally stopped because my mom found out about it and confronted them, talked to them. They stopped hanging out with them and all that kind of stuff.
Cindy's struggle with food began at a young age, rooted in deep emotional trauma. As a child, she was molested by a family friend, a nightmare that lasted far too long. When her mother finally found out, she made sure the man was removed from Cindy's life, but the damage had already been done. At the same time, her father grew increasingly abusive, lashing out at her mother until she eventually filed for divorce. With nowhere to turn and no way to cope, Cindy turned to food for comfort.
When I was 32, my dad passed away from cirrhosis of the liver from alcohol. I was, shocked, and it hit me harder than I thought it would. I started gaining more weight after that because of the depression and
her pain didn't end there. A major accident left her bedridden for months, and as the weight piled on, her hope faded. Doctors turned her away for weight loss surgery, telling her she was too large to undergo the procedure safely. Then came another crushing blow. Her father passed away from liver failure brought on by years of alcohol abuse. That loss plunged Cindy into a dark depression. Her response? More eating. Food became her escape, her shield, and her prison.
That others take for granted, just go somewhere. I feel like I don't fit in the world because I have so many complications with everything. I need a chair that fits me. I need a bed that fits me. And I have to think about that in every step before I go.
It looks like Cindy is finally pushing past her trauma and physical limitations to take the first real step toward recovery. Her caretaker managed to convince her to reach out to Dr. Now and see if there's still hope for change. While Cindy is scared, especially at the thought of giving up the one thing that comforts her most, food, there's no more room for hesitation. It's either she makes the change or things keep getting worse.
If you come here, are you going to do the work you need?
Yes.
Because your progress and what happened if you do this and to work with you is all going to be up to you.
I'll do whatever it takes.
All right, so we'll see if we can help you out with that. And we'll see what can be done.
Their conversation was a real eye-opener. Dr. Now didn't sugarcoat anything. He told Cindy the hard truth. People her size often don't live past 50, and at 45, she's running out of time. He wants her under closer observation and is already arranging an ambulance to transport her to Houston. It's a critical step if she's ever going to have a shot at turning her life around.
Do you think you're going to get a notice for death? What if you die?
Can die any moment.
Exactly.
I know that.
That's why you should go today. So what can I do for you right now?
I have to get everything in order and whatever I was going to pack. I still need to take a shower.
I'll take you a shower.
But now it seems like Cindy is stalling. The ambulance Dr. Now arranged has arrived at her home, yet she's hesitating. It's clear she's nervous, maybe even scared of what's ahead. Her caretaker is doing all she can to get her moving, but the question remains, does Cindy truly want to change her life, or is she just saying what others want to hear?
Because every time we try to speak to her, she was talking to the other caretaker. The other caretaker was giving her negative text messages, trying to convince Cindy this is bad for her. So it was almost like if they're trying to hold her hostage in her own home, you know?
What a chaotic situation. Turns out Cindy has two caretakers, and they're not on the same page. The one currently caring for her supports the plan for her to head to the hospital, but the second caretaker, who found out she was leaving, insisted that she stay put. Thankfully, the caretaker with her now was able to convince her to relocate to Houston, where she can be cared for properly and monitored more closely.
So you're at 614 pounds. So that is either more weight gain or hardly any loss at all. All right, you can get your walker.
That's a tough number to face. Since Cindy didn't make it to the hospital, Dr. Now decided to check in on her personally at her caretaker's home in Houston. The first step, getting on the scale. After some struggle, Cindy steps on and the number reads 614 pounds. That's not the progress anyone was hoping for. It's clear she still has a very long way to go.
But you're gonna be the one that you're gonna follow the diet and do the exercise, okay?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to see you in a month, and for that appointment, you need to come to office, and I want you to lose 70 pounds in 1 month. If you stick with the 1,200 calorie diet, you're going to be able to do that.
Dr. Now isn't giving up on her yet. After checking her vitals, he finds that her breathing issues are worsening, and it's all tied to her inability to lose weight. He teaches her a new breathing technique and lays out a clear goal: lose 70 pounds within the next month. If she can meet that target, she'll be able to come into the hospital for further treatment. But whether she follows through is another story.
All right, so we need to run some tests on you and see what's going on to make sure everything is okay. And if we have to keep you down here to treat you, we will. And when you go home, I'm going to set up psychotherapy for you because so far nothing has helped you to wake up.
Unfortunately, Cindy has fallen short. Again, despite everything, she still hasn't made any meaningful progress. Dr. Now is clearly frustrated. She missed her latest appointment, so he had to send an ambulance to get her. This time, he's bringing in a psychotherapist to help dig into the emotional blocks that might be holding her back. Hopefully, this new approach will finally spark the breakthrough she needs.
I am trying to do more and take responsibility. I just need more time.
You want more time?
Yes.
Cindy, I'll give you 1 more month to lose 70 pounds and get more active so you can come to the clinic.